Hello viewers. Welcome to Seek Wisdom. Today we are presenting you the summary of the book, Unposted Letter by Mahatria Ra. Unposted Letters is a collection of short articles published in different issues of the magazine, Frozen Thoughts, compiled by the editor. Each letter contains deep and profound reflections on many topics related to life, work, situations, and attitudes. The book contains simple lessons and principles and practical ideas that, if implemented, can make life more fulfilling and adverse situations easier to face. We have tried to provide the summary of many of the letters without distorting the message, so the duration of the video is a bit long. Hope you like it. Let's get started. Today is the precious gift that you either get from him, or it just means that you have already lived your last day. Recognize the heart of the divine behind this 24-hour material. Wasting a day of your life will amount to abusing the giver of this gift. Only when you know the value of a gift, you will value the gift. Value today and make it valuable. Buddha said, "Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little, and if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick, and if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So, let us all be thankful." Next is there is no easy way to the top. A rosebush will never come without thorns. Don't ask for a trouble-free, blessed life. There is no such life. Bigger the ambition, greater will be the issues. If you are feeling the heat of life, remember that God has his eye on you and will keep watching you until he sees his image in you. If you are happy in life right now, it's not because everything about your life is necessarily going right, but because a relationship that really matters to you the most is going great. Relationships are like seeds. They have to be nurtured and developed. Expectations are like weeds. Our problem is growing expectations in stagnant relationships. As often as possible, communicate to be understood. Make your love visible by being expressive and demonstrative. Blessed are those who have understood that they should be loving people and using things, and not loving things and using people. Our life starts with a low-priced toy car, and with age, the cost of toy increases to a sedan car, but every time, if any damage happened to our toy, we cry. What we cry for has changed, but the crying is still on. Just that our crying is a lot more sophisticated now. It has many new names like anger, disappointment, frustration, stress, anxiety, etc. A toy is just a toy. Buy more and more toys, but give them their rightful place. They are just there to be useful to you, to make your life comfortable and to entertain you. Don't ever waste another drop of your precious tears for a toy, no matter how dear the toy may be. Next is the vital few and the trivial many. 80-20 thinking is the secret of achieving more with less. 20% of your time actually defines what you are and what you will be in life. Start celebrating exceptional productivity instead of trying to raise the average effort. Focus on the 20% and 80% of everything in your life will be taken care of. Next is, the need to be respected is far greater than the need to be guided. Every relationship comes with a responsibility. An elder sister can guide her younger brother, but up to what age? You will always be loved as a parent, but you cannot always play the parent. Beyond a point, not everybody can accept a holier-than-thou approach. Every age and every phase of life has some sense of respect associated with it, and you need to respect that. Though the intentions may be noble, sometimes our attempt to guide people, especially unasked for, makes them feel not respected. Make others feel respected. Let this be your choice. They will take your guidance. Let this be their choice. Next is life will not postpone our death. So, let us not postpone our life. The gap between when a thing should have been done and when it was eventually done is management stress. If what has to be done has to anyhow be done eventually, then why not do it today and save the stress? Fools and wise men do the same things, but wise men do it at once and fools do it at last. We understand the importance of health and fitness, but postpone our efforts in that direction. Postponement is the signature of underachievers. There is no such day as one of these days. Today is the day. There is a subtle difference between waiting and waiting for, and in that lies the difference between peaceful progressor and stressful successor. The farmer has plowed the soil and planted the seeds. Now he must wait. If the farmer knows the art of waiting, he will wait peacefully. Instead, if he waits for the sprouting, then every passing moment will make him restless and stressed. Have you taken the decisions that are to be taken? Have you performed the actions that are to be performed? Now wait. Just wait. Not for this or that or anything, but just wait. In it, you will discover the key to peaceful progress. Waiting for also brings in success, but that is far too stressful. When there is a peaceful path to success, why take the stressful path? Next is life has sent a teacher, disguised as experience. It is immaterial how knowledgeable we are, or how much of life we have seen, even if we are an encyclopedia on life. A fall, a trip, a slump is always round the corner. Life always intrudes to disturb the flow, the rhythm. Life is a journey of going 2 steps forward and 1 step back for a man who lives his life without awareness, without learning from his experiences. A man whose awareness coaches him to learn from every experience lives as though he's on a trampoline. He rises to fall and falls to rise. But the rise after every fall is even higher. Next advice is about marriage. Centuries of conditioning have given the terms husband and wife a very narrow connotation. Drop the words husband and wife from your vocabulary and resolve to be friends for a lifetime. Expand the definition of this relationship and keep it open. Dignity in a marital relationship is found when you relate to your spouse as a complete individual, and not just the body. Observe each other's way of thinking, discuss personal values, standpoints and convictions. Marriage, in its true sense, should improve the quality of life of both involved. A good marriage has to be nurtured and developed. Building a great marriage is an art. So get artistic. Next is about an organization. In any organization, not all the employees shall be committed and competent. A lot of energy is consumed in managing those. Companies fire them. There must be such clients also from whom so much resources are consumed that at the end of the deal, no profit is earned. Why not fire some of those clients from your client list and invest the resource saved on some of your major accounts? Next is get ahead of people. Do not get even with them. Let the limitations of other people not limit us. Someone is wrong isn't an excuse for us to be wrong. Response is positive. Reaction is negative. Let us never react to any situation in life, but instead choose our response. Let our behavior not be instigated by forces from outside, but be born out of an internal value-based choice. If you got an unfavorable situation like losing a car, feeling disturbed is normal, but don't create an emotional drama. What has to be done is to be done. Emotional maturity is not about avoiding emotions, but it is about avoiding the emotional drama. Be emotionally mature. Next is let the good make noise. We do not live in a bad world. It's just that the bad makes news. In a world where the bad makes so much noise, we need more and more avenues through which the good too will begin to make noise. Smoking, drinking, chewing and many other harmful habits are advertised enough. But what is available to brainwash the world on all the good activities? Go out into the world and speak all the good you know of all the people. Next is, any attraction needs a distraction. Without breaks, we will break down. We should understand the role of taking break in our life. When the body or mind reaches its threshold, efficiency declines. Holidays rejuvenate our mind, intellect and emotions and thereby the spirit. Also, in holiday, don't exhaust yourself with seeing 7 different places in a day's time. Leave your mobile phones, laptops and your tight inner garments behind. Dress comfortably during your holiday and forget modeling. Holidays are mandatory. Without breaks, we will break down. Don't get disturbed for lack of any skill. With a formal training, nowadays, you can easily learn any required skill. Formal, systematic training not only enables us to overcome our limitations, but also helps us to become better at what we are already good at. Ability, when subjected to systematic training, becomes proficiency. There is no other way to be the best. What must be faced, sooner rather than later. Don't think of escaping any such situation. Knowing very well escapism can only be transitory, and also knowing very well that you cannot eternally escape anything in life, why do you still try to escape? Only if you face the fact, something can be done about it. If you avoid the fact, it gets nastier, and it revisits you. In a relationship, we have so many expectations from our partner. Remember what Jesus said, do unto others what you want others do unto you. Can you be that one to someone else? Gift ourselves into someone's life. Love someone so completely that you make yourself worthy of being someone's greatest gift. You are the most precious resource to yourself. But are you using it efficiently? Deep analysis will help you know that somewhere in your life, some resource is either being wasted or being inefficiently managed. Find out what it is and improve upon it. Give tasks to some people with same inputs, and you will have slight different results. What causes that difference is the devotion. Is the heart 101% into what is being done? That's the crucial question. Whatever task is at hand, do it with full devotion. Its byproducts are concentration, happiness and love. The precision, the finesse, the aura, devotion alone can achieve. Understand that there is endless scope for improvement. Do what you do even better and do more of what you do. Qualitative upgradation plus quantitative growth is progress. What is life without twists and turns? What is life without suspense and surprise? The bamboo was cut to become a flute. The stone was chiseled to become a statue. You are tested only to be created. The story ahead is beautiful. Your faith will be qualified, but then the return gift is a quality life. Understand the difference between money and the experience it creates. Money has no memory, while experience has. You won't remember the cost of your honeymoon, but to the last breath remember the experiences of the bliss of togetherness. So what if there's an economic recession? Let it be, but let there not be a recession to the quality of your life. Make a statement with the way you live your life. How I feel has nothing to do with how much I have. Understand the difference between love and pampering. Pampering is, love me only the way I want to be loved. Love is not love that pampers. Love is love that makes a difference. Pampering weakens you. Love creates you. Understand that acceptance of a situation is a positive emotion. You are never disturbed by someone or something, rather non-acceptance of that. Be quality conscious. Quality consciousness is expecting more from yourself than what anyone else expects of you. Quality is the presence of which is seldom noticed, but the absence of which can never be missed. A flower is a flower, with or without the fragrance. Yet the presence of the fragrance makes all the difference. Quality is that invisible detail. Say to have to board a flight. One option is to leave on time and then stressing about the traffic, raising your heartbeat. Other option is to leave 10 minutes early. There can be many similar situations. Urgency is the most dangerous of all addictions. It forces us to take decisions that we'd rather not take. Single quote 10 minutes early is one big medicine for most stress-related issues today's man faces. 10 minutes early can slow down your heart by 10 counts, which can help you live 10 years longer. For most people, life is a repetitive drill. Waking up at the same time, struggling in bed for a few minutes before getting up, many such tasks. Life needn't be mundane. Life needn't be boring. Pursue a new proficiency every year and see how exciting life can be. Always be an explorer of life. Keep experimenting. Keep trying. Feed your curiosity and inquisitiveness. Remember the quote, "Rome was not built in a day," goes the saying. If Rome was built in a day, it would have fallen the next day. Keep this in mind from starting a new business to maintaining a relationship. Don't get disheartened with the situation to which the world calls failure. That is a turning point. Unintended consequences are existence's way of telling you that it has a different plan for you. A plan larger than what you intended. God upsets your plans sometimes to execute his plans for you. Our subconscious seeks depth of emotions. The subconscious choice is never between positive emotions and negative emotions, but between deep emotions and shallow emotions. Between deep hatred and shallow love, your subconscious will always choose hatred. So, learn from your failures and leave it at that. Don't get too emotional about it. Don't spoil your subconscious. The solution is simple. Speak the negative in 2 sentences and say at least 5 sentences about the positive. Don't misunderstand academics to be education. We want that education by which character is formed, strength of mind is increased, and by which one can stand on one's own feet. From parents to teachers, everybody's focus has tilted too much towards academics. What will a child do with science if he doesn't understand the science of life? So please, parents, teachers and other custodians of our children's future, let us not only count their marks, but also make their life count. There is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. Don't take any task as compulsion. You will struggle to do it, and after completion, we feel relief. However, if it is done as a choice, you tend to enjoy what you do, and when it is finally completed, you experience a sense of fulfillment. To murder is a crime. To hang the murderer by a court order is a hangman's duty. There is no sin in action. The sin is always in the intention behind the action. Able actions backed up by noble intentions is the way of a complete man. The tragedy of life isn't the ultimate death, but the resources that die within you when you are still alive. Any resource, if you don't use, you lose. Unused money devalues. Unused talent diminishes. Unused potential decays. Unused machinery gets rusted. Unused time dies. Let us not die while we are still breathing. The company of people you keep is a double-edged sword. It has both the power to create you and the power to destroy you. The company of people we surround ourselves with has a tremendous bearing on the way we think. Your today is not simply shaped by your yesterday. Your today is in many ways shaped by the people with whom you spent your yesterday. He who walks with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. So, choose your company wisely. Next is when ego comes, everything else goes. When ego goes, everything else comes. There comes a phase in life when the craving is not to perform the act, but to get noticed. The ego drives one to do anything and everything only to get noticed and recognized. By its very nature, ego needs feeding. The problem with ego is that when ego is fed, you struggle with a superiority complex, and when ego is starved, you suffer from an inferiority complex. Either way, it robs you of your peace of mind. Only to feed ego, you lose relationships, opportunities. You will never be at ease. However, there is enormous freedom in letting your ego go. No single person, no single event, no single experience has the right to sit inside your head and continue to disturb the peace of your mind. Learn to let go, not in a physical sense, but in an emotional sense. Free yourself of any disturbing elements. Let go whatever. Let go whoever. Put your peace above everything. You try to block the army of ants. They will find alternative path. Bulls pull excessively overloaded carts on flyovers and over bridges. One step at a time, struggling through every inch of it, they make it. The language of life is I can. The language of death is I can't. Of all the creations, man alone utters, believes and follows the language of death, which is I can't. Man has to rise above man. Man has to renounce the language of death and embrace the language of life. Let us have total faith in ourselves. Having faith in ourselves will be our way of showing faith in the wisdom that created us. Understand the importance of communication in a relation. Communication achieves its objective only when all the four components are taken care of. They are what you say, how you say, when you say, and when to stop. Good communication will serve a relationship. Improper communication will sever a relationship. Everybody desires to be healthy, but do they deserve it? Everyone wants to be successful, but do they deserve it? You do not get in life what you desire. You only get what you deserve. How do you turn your desires into deservingness? When desires are backed up with consistent directed self-motivated effort, they become deservingness. Here we shall wind up the video. All letters were not covered in this video. We recommend to have detailed study of all letters. You can buy this book from the link provided in the description. If you like this video, hit a like, share it with your friends. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, do subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified about the latest updates. Be happy, be safe.